A dramatic series of events has placed Venezuela at the heart of an escalating international crisis. Strong words from US political figures, emergency meetings across Latin America, and street protests in New York all point to rising tensions over power, sovereignty, and foreign intervention. Within a single night, reactions unfolded across continents, signaling that the situation is no longer regional. It is global. Former US President Donald Trump has sharply criticised claims made by a Venezuelan opposition figure who has asserted authority over the country. Trump dismissed the idea that she has meaningful public backing, stating that she would not win an election even if he openly supported her. He went further, arguing that the United States should take direct control of Venezuela instead of backing political figures with limited support. According to Trump, such a move would allow Washington to benefit from Venezuela's vast natural wealth, particularly its oil reserves and other valuable resources. His comments have added fuel to an already tense debate about US intentions in Venezuela and the role of economic interests in foreign policy decisions. In Washington, Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene publicly rejected the idea of US military involvement in Venezuela. Speaking during a televised interview, Greene said that such actions do not benefit the American public. She argued that military interventions often serve powerful interests rather than everyday citizens, pointing to large corporations, major banks, and oil executives as the real winners of war. Greene compared the current situation to past US-led interventions in Iraq and Libya, which were once described as liberations. According to Greene, this approach follows a familiar pattern that many Americans have grown tired of. Her remarks reflect a growing divide within US politics over foreign military actions and their long-term consequences. Emergency meeting in Latin America. As reactions unfolded in the United States, leaders across Latin America moved quickly. An extraordinary meeting of the Community of Latin American and Caribbean States, known as CELAC, was convened. The organization represents 33 countries from across the region. During the meeting, Venezuela strongly condemned what it described as a serious violation of its national sovereignty. The statement accused external forces of aggression and denounced the reported detention of President Nicolas Maduro and First Lady Celia Flores. CELAC warned that the events surrounding Venezuela could set a dangerous precedent. The bloc stated that if such actions are allowed to stand, any sovereign nation in the region could be next. The group called for a united regional response, urging all member states to reject the situation and take immediate collective action. Tensions were not confined to government buildings and diplomatic meetings. On the streets of New York, demonstrators gathered outside a detention facility where President Nicolas Maduro is reportedly being held. Protesters voiced strong opposition to US military involvement in Venezuela. Many carried banners reading "No blood for oil," while others chanted slogans rejecting the financial and human cost of war. The demonstrations reflected broader public concerns about intervention, resource-driven conflicts, and the burden placed on taxpayers. The protest remained focused on peaceful expression, but its message was clear. A section of the public does not support another foreign conflict. Together, these developments highlight a widening divide, not only between nations, but within them. In the United States, political leaders are split on whether intervention serves national interests. In Latin America, governments are closing ranks around the principle of sovereignty. On the streets, citizens are making their voices heard. The situation also underscores long-standing tensions over natural resources, especially oil, and how they influence global power struggles. Venezuela's vast reserves continue to place the country under intense international focus. As diplomatic pressure mounts and public debate intensifies, the future of Venezuela remains uncertain. Calls for unity, warnings of escalation, and demands for restraint are all happening at once. What is clear is that the outcome of this crisis will have consequences far beyond Venezuela's borders. The coming days are likely to shape not only regional relations in Latin America, but also broader discussions about intervention, sovereignty, and global influence. With world leaders speaking out, alliances mobilizing, and citizens protesting, Venezuela has become the center of a rapidly unfolding international drama. As events continue to develop, the world is watching closely to see whether dialogue, confrontation, or compromise will define the next chapter.